Hey everyone, this is going to be a general partial all signs for the fixed signs Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius. I put the intention in for Sun, Venus, and part of Fortune, uh, mostly. But if the reading seems to resonate for another placement of yours, or at least start to, go ahead and check those out as well, okay? We should already have Mutable and Cardinal already posted by now, hopefully, if YouTube got in alignment with that. And I pulled cards from the masculine feminine energy decks just to get an overall sense of where the energy is going to lead us. And then two cards from the old school Kipper deck, but I will also pull a little extra keywords and stuff from the Fin de Siècle book as well to see if there's anything else that kind of resonates with that. Also some tea leaf cards for some more clarifiers, and an animal spirit guide for signs and synchronicities as well as colors. Okay, so any of the colors on the card as well as the message. And then to top it off, we'll use two from the Life Purpose Oracle as well. And this will just be basically describing whatever situational guidance exists leading up to a life purpose. Doesn't necessarily have to be for the coup de grace spiritual journey, but it could just be a stepping stone along the way. And it could also be just something to go back and reevaluate if you need to, perhaps with a new perspective, because sometimes, when we do go back a little bit on things that happened in the past, we might, with a new perspective, right, after awakening, we may discover old puzzle pieces we might have missed the first time around, right? That is helpful, right? All for positive outcome, of course, right? All right, so let me get my pen and we'll get started. All right, Taurus, your first card out from the feminine energy deck, my legendary ladies. The legendary lady that came out is Durja, boundaries. And she basically just talks about making sure you establish or reestablish your boundaries if you need to, okay? So just a reminder of how far you've come, okay? Don't lose what you've learned up until now, right? Let's see if she'll have some other points of... Yep, it's also a preserve your inner spirit reminder as well, okay? Then you also have Osiris for the masculine energy about renewal, and he came in the shadow side, okay? And sometimes the shadow side's actually a light side for some of these cards, or an extension of the light side, so we'll just see what he has to say. In the light side, he's all about sort of like reminding you that hope is needed and that you might need to do some self-care, right? In the shadow side, it's just a reminder that if we push ourselves too hard, sometimes it's too late for renewal. So there may be, an error of sort of timing on this one to act quickly, right? It's like be timely with self-care, okay? So whatever the situation is just reminding you about this. Definitely feels it's self-care oriented, okay? And things that you've already learned, right? Okay. The situation from the old school Kipper deck, let me do that, is number 3. 3 may be significant. Marriage, which could also signify any kind of partnership or any type of relationship, really, where it's like been around for a while, right? And serious and sort of higher level commitment of sorts. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, right? It could be a business partnership that's been around for a long time, or a best friend, or something like that, okay? Even family can be included in that one. You also have number 14, which breaks down to a 5. Sad news. And where am I going to put you? Let's put you there. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and pull from the Kipper a little bit, the book. And I'll read you a bit about the sad news, because it could just be news that seems sad, but really actually has a silver lining. Sometimes it does that as well. It's also called the message of concern in the Fin de Siècle. So, disappointing news, a setback, definitely not what you wanted to hear. Could even be a small crisis or quarrel, okay? Or a misunderstanding. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that serious, right? It's also an indication that you should reconsider your wishes and goals. Warns you against disillusions or inconvenient truth, right? This may concern partnership and professional money matters, and just a reminder to try and do better in the future. So maybe there was something that was missed, right? Like I said in the beginning, maybe something that you have to revisit to go, okay, well, what was the lesson in that situation? What did I miss, right? All right. It's also news that arrives that's a little depressing. It could be a minor illness or a weakness of some sort. The timing on this card is sooner. Let's see, adjacent to the cards, you have the marriage card. So it could be some sort of dispute, right? Or something that has been compromised that may not have been favorable 100%. Okay. And I'll go ahead and read the marriage card as well, because I know it includes more than just what I mentioned. All right, let's see. Any kind of close contractual relationship, even a business partnership or joint venture, intimate friendship. More abstractly, it can represent any joining of forces. Maybe there had been a situation where you wanted to work with somebody and it didn't work out. Like they just didn't want to, right? Maybe there was some sort of issue where maybe they're not in alignment if they have a lack of self-care, right? Osiris could be hinting at that. It may be time to enter into a relationship in private, in your job, or other social life matters. Join forces with someone, attract opposites, and find agreements. This card also shows all kinds of contracts. So it could be any of that kind of situation. Let's see. Yep, there we go. That covers it. All right, so for the tea leaves, you have dog barking, advice from a friend. Perhaps this is the sad news too, right? Maybe they didn't want to be friends anymore or didn't want to work with you in some way. Or the other way around, could be, place the energy where it lies, right? You're dealing with a fair man, a relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Okay. If I can not get these all to fall. And pin, new job, career. So maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe there's a new job on the horizon coming from this, right? Or maybe this is about a new job, right? That you didn't get or something along those lines. And maybe this fair man took it from you. Who knows? All right. Then you have the penguin, and there's a lot of blues there. Okay, so there's definitely some throat chakra oriented communication, listening kind of thing, right? There is a little bit of purple and pink as well. Pink could be a self-care color, and purple can indicate some of your upper chakras. Okay, this period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing, and perhaps it's for the best, right? Okay, life purpose cards to give a little bit more context. Trust. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. So this is a good time to maybe for some introspection, right? And that's exactly where your boundaries and your inner spirit reminder comes into play, and all that self-care as well. It all comes into itself, right? Study, reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So maybe this is a transition, from something that may not actually be for you. You've got something on the way, and maybe you just need to go research and study to figure that out. And always trust your feelings about it, because that may actually guide you in the right direction, right? And the best way to do that is just to align your mind, body, soul, and you do that with self-care and making sure you reestablish your boundaries and anything that you need to do to kind of sort of clear out that energetic clutter, right? That may be not so good. And whatever this disappointing news is, could have been about just a misdirection of career or job. But look on the bright side, there may be an opportunity there that you didn't see, or an idea that, might have been missed, focused on whatever sad news this is. Don't let that distract you, okay? Now for the sign of Leo, let me grab your cards. We're going to start with our feminine energy. Ooh, nice. Oh, hold on a sec. Let's get it in the right order. There we go. We have Pele, determination. I love this card because she's got a volcano for a skirt. And she just basically reminds you to stay on task. You got it. I'll pull a little bit more here. All right, find your own path and step in with determination. You can do anything you set your mind to. Absolutely. Your masculine energy is Garuda. I love this card. You would think it's him, but no, that's Garuda. He's all about travel and visiting places that are new and exotic. Garuda, I think, is Vishnu's travel companion. How cool is that? And he has a very cool backstory. You might want to look into that. There may be some bits and pieces in there for you, okay? Because he did quite a bit of cool stuff. And he's kind of underrated, even though it's like major, right? Like, all right. So maybe there's something there where whatever this is underrated, but it's actually quite important, right? Okay. So he talks about travel being imminent, okay? But that you're protected on your journey and your travels, and you will flourish after negative. So just to keep being determined and set your mind to whatever it is you're doing, okay? You will flourish. And travel's imminent of some sort or another. It could be just a spiritual journey. It doesn't have to literally you jet setting all over the globe, but it could be, you know, it could be you just popping in the car real quick and going on a road trip around your county or your state or your region, okay? So, some sort of exploratory kind of thing, okay? From the OG Kipper deck, we have number 7. There we go, because it's going to focus on the cards in the back. A pleasant letter. And that usually indicates some kind of news coming in that is nice and awesome, right? Okay. And we have the expectation card, 28, which breaks down to a 10. So endings bring new beginnings, right? Number 7 is all about just good luck coming in, okay? The expectation card is also known as the 3 months patience card. I kind of also like to look at this card similarly to the Temperance card in the Major Arcana of the Tarot as well, because it does kind of offer some sort of balance as well with it, that you just kind of have to be patient and wait for something. This could also just indicate something got started 3 months ago, right? And it's now coming to fruition as well. So either way, however the timing works for you and your situation. Of the tea leaf you have older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. So this could be involving an older woman. Okay. Ooh, another woman, a fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. We'll put her here. We'll put the ladies over here. How about that? And then we have wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want. So perhaps that's why we have this patience, right? This expectation to wait, right? Your animal spirit is the tortoise, okay? And you've got the green with the tortoise, but you also have all this orange and brown too. Those are definitely, you know, earthy kind of colors. Orange also is connected to your sacral chakra. So this could be some sort of nurturing situation or maternal situation of some sort. And this is just reminding that you're too fragmented, so do whatever it takes to get grounded. And perhaps Garuda's going to take you there, wherever that may be, right? Okay. Your life purpose cards are creative expression. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. And music. Your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. So perhaps whatever journey that needs to happen at this time, while you're waiting for whatever this situation is to resolve itself, or get more put together, will involve something creative and musical, right? So who knows? Maybe you're going to travel to a music festival or an art festival or something, right? It could be local. That's definitely possible. But, go explore. Whatever you set your mind to, you can do it, right? All right. Okay, for the sign of Scorpio, let's grab your pile. I'm going to start with, there we go. All right. The feminine energy we'll start with. I like you doing that. Oya, expression. Oya talks all about using your voice to express yourself vocally. Sometimes it indicates singing as well, as a form of self-care too. Okay? Speak now and speak up, speaking your truths, get vocal or sing. You also have Tots, wisdom. Look how burly he looks, huh? I love this deck. All right. Now, Todd actually talks about quite a bit, not just like learning stuff and doing things, right? It's not just about getting educated. It also talks about trusting your intuition and your inner knowing, okay? And that ties really into speaking your truth as well. Use discernment and simplify to solve problems, okay? This card could also indicate, doing some sort of magic or spiritual practice as well as writing. So, could be talking about writing too. Your old school Kipper that was pulled was 24, which breaks down to a 6. The Thievery. Now this can go in any direction. I'll go ahead and pull from the book too. It typically talks about something being stolen, right? Or dealing with a thief or something feeling missing, right? Number 33, also a 6, so 6s may be significant to you at this time. Murky thoughts. Okay. And let's go pull from the book a little bit more on that. Murky thoughts are pretty self-explanatory. It's just thoughts that are not so happy, right? And perhaps it's about this thievery. All right. So the same as the concern card in the Findistically. Literally, it's a sign of angst, confusion, inability to focus, or even depressed mental states. It's unclear what to do, so there's a negative tendency to catastrophize, to be deeply pessimistic. So maybe that's kind of like a poverty mindset, right? A loss mindset. That could also be seen that way as well. So maybe there's not a lot of, faith or strength. But Oya is here just to let you know you can do that. You can speak up. You can kind of own the truth on the situation and look into it more with Todd here, right? Okay. Sense of lacking career prospects or having fears are related to lack of specialist knowledge or information. Todd also talks about going and getting educated, right? In some cases, it can also convey concentration problems. Maybe there's just a refocusing that needs to be done, right? In relationship matters, it warns against being plagued by our pessimism and worries and trying to find clearness. Let's see. You can speak of profound worry, rejection, deception, pessimism, confusion, or lack of freedom. Signals lost hope, depression, despair. Okay. So it kind of just gives you that vibe, like maybe there had been like some worries or some disappointments, right? With this thievery card, it's also the thief in the Findistically. Abstractly, it stands for what's been taken away, removed, separated, distant, or absent. It can also stand for few or fewer, so maybe there's less murky thoughts. That's possible. It could indicate a loss, not just in the literal sense of theft, but simply missing out on something. So maybe there could be that as well. So we'll push forward. I think that is more it. I think it's more that, lack mindset kind of thing, right? So you have the tiger doing something risky, taking a chance. Perhaps it'll take you out of that. And you might need to go get educated. And it might have something to do with truths, right? Inkpot, problems to be resolved. And yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. Okay, and that's perhaps how the murky thoughts came to be. But it'll be okay because Oya's got your back, Tot's got your back. Great ideas there, right? You've got the platypus, which has a lot of greens and blues and indigos, so that's a lot of upper chakras, okay? That might need to be something you focus on, or you'll be seeing those colors, or seeing a platypus somewhere. And the platypus is also brown, which kind of indicates your earth star chakra and maybe a need to get grounded, right? Stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. Okay. And as far as your life purpose is concerned regarding this, you have justice. Your career brings fairness and protection to the others who need your help. And that can be a lot of things. You could be doing some sort of charitable social work, right? It could also be literal legal system of some kind or another. Time to decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. So whatever you really hope to do, that will actually brighten your situation. Whatever it is, be honest with self. Speak your truth. You might need to get educated for it, right? Todd talks a lot about that. Maybe journal it, write. Do some spiritual practices to get grounded, right? That magic that he talks about as well, okay? All right. Okay, now for Aquarius, and bear with, my earbuds are on their way out. They just gave me the battery warning, so if it dies, it'll just go to the tablet's microphone, and hopefully it's still loud enough for you. You don't notice it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start with your feminine energy, okay? And you have Bridget, inner peace, and she just talks about following the trail to your blissful rebirth. Follow that blossom trail, right? Find that peace, right? So whatever this is, it's all about peace, right? Ooh, and you've got Mr. Dionysus here too, ecstasy. All right. He talks about quite a few things, so we'll go ahead and talk about him right now. Just kind of get more from that. Let go, feel freedom of pleasure. Reject the mundane, but balance work and play. To see if there's one of too much to maintain that peace, right? Pretty simple. I love that. Okay. Ooh, your OG Kipper cards. You have number 18, which breaks down to a 9. So that means like there's a near completion, you know, a new beginning is on the horizon, right? Small child. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to mean actual children. It could also signify a beginning or an opening of something, right? You got 27, which also breaks down to a 9. So 9s are really, really significant here. Unexpected money, and that's like the small income. I forget what the exact title of the card is in Findasigli, but it's basically maybe a small come up, right? Of some sort of abundance come up. Doesn't necessarily have to be literal money. It could mean just extra joy is on the horizon, right? Okay. Now we'll go ahead and actually pull some more details from these cards from the book a little bit, see if there's anything we missed. Because sometimes it's something small. More abstractly, the small child. Innocence, naivete, the new, the simple, and the small. Timing on this is spring, Easter, or Austera, although others differ on that one. Spring sounds good because it's always the start of a new year, right? In most cases. May indicate child or children, or childhood, or your inner child. So perhaps this is having something to do with your inner child needs, right? In many cases, it shows a new beginning, a new project, new job, or new love. We all start small. We are all beginners in this dance of life. So venture a complete restart if you need to. Ooh, its timing is also shortly, so something coming up, maybe a quick thing, right? Let's see what unexpected money says as well. Oh, I'm pretty certain I got that all. Yes, unexpected income in the other deck. Literally, it's a small sum from an unexpected source. For example, a surprise work bonus, a small billing error you fix, a reduction in your gas bill, bonus cell phone minutes. Not as large as the amount in sudden wealth. That 11 card. A lot of money in this deck is what's called. The unexpectedness leads to a notion of suddenly, swiftly, surprisingly. What else we got? Something lucky occurs around everyday financial activities. Traditionally, it's also formal contracts requiring a signature. The timing is about 2 weeks. A sudden change, unexpected change or improvement, right? Including unexpected message in love matters or an invitation or message. That's also possible. It doesn't necessarily have to be tangible. It could be just news. Recognition, promotion, unexpected gratification or award. Okay, so maybe something really good's going to come down the pipeline. I love this. All right, your tea leaf is woman. Dealings with relationship with a woman. Stick you there. Vase. Ooh, perhaps this is the unexpected money. And the small child. Secret admirer. And, ooh, this is an important one, too. Torch. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So whoever the secret admirer is, perhaps a new soul family member you're going to come into contact with that's going to assist with your spiritual development. Love it. All right. Your spirit animal is the cheetah. So you've got some browns, oranges, mostly browns and oranges, tan, and blue. Okay, so you've got some grounding chakra color there. You also have a little bit of sacral, and you have throat for your communication. Okay, get clear on your intention, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. Perhaps not as fast as a cheetah, but you know, think like a cheetah does, right? Okay. All right. And your life purpose oracle cards are freedom. You're free to do what you choose. So maybe you'll get some inspiration from this woman regarding, you know, following that trail to a joyful rebirth, right? And just balance everything out so you don't overstep yourself too quickly, right? But just stay focused, all right? Get that right pace going for you. All right, I love it. Animals. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. So this could be as simple as just animal signs, right? But it could be maybe something having to do with actual animals, okay? Who knows? Maybe, oh goodness, I am going with the child card because even animals could be fur children, right? Animal mediumship, for example, or something along those lines, right? When I ran my pet care business, I did a lot of networking with animal mediums too. So that's a thing, and we need more of that. They're valuable energies just like humans. So if anything, there are familiars. They need love too. They need light work too. So hopefully that helps. All right. Bye.